I got into tattooing kind of on a whim. Um, I had graduated college, and I was working at a screen printing shop, and I was kind of in a weird space in time in my life where I didn't have like a real good direction, and I just was so happened to get tattooed one day by my brother's friend, and he asked me kind of what I was doing with my life, and I told him I didn't really know. I didn't have like a an angle. I was working in a screen printing shop, so like that was the gist of it. And he was like, "Well, I know you just graduated with like an art degree. What do you want to do with that?" And I just said that I just really liked art, and I didn't have like a clear cut idea. And then he was like, "Well, have you ever thought about tattooing?" And I was like, "No," you know what I mean? Like I was told in college that my paintings kind of uh, resembled a lot of like tattooer style stuff, but it just never really like dawned on me in that way. And the guy that took me under his wing to start was just like he was kind of bold, so he's like, "Oh, well, why don't you just like do a tattoo on me and like if you like doing it, I'll apprentice you." And I was like, "Okay." Um, and so I did this like real shitty tattoo on him, a terrible, not good tattoo. But I enjoyed the process, and I enjoyed like the feeling of putting the needle in the tube and stretching the skin and figuring out what worked and what didn't. Some of it that was like, for lack of a better term, cathartic. It was new and it was something that I could focus on and kind of get my brain away from other things. So um, that's pretty much the gist of how it got into it. I just tried it. Somebody took a chance on me, and I've been doing it ever since. I don't know that I have a style per se. I mean, I'm not reinventing the wheel in any way, shape, or form. I'm just looking at artists that I really enjoy their work and finding parts of their tattoos that I feel like fit with with the way that I like to design, or things that I want to try to see if it makes my pieces look better. I mean, it's all mostly what I like to do is traditional. So anytime I'm like, cut and flash or anything like that, it's always going to be traditional. But it's finding what works from artists that I look up to and aspire to be like to make the type of tattoos that I want to make. Um, so if you're gonna call that a style, I guess it's Tyler style. You know what I mean? But other than that, it's just finding bits and pieces of traditional um, work from people that I really enjoy. A traditional tattoo would be a design that has kind of a simple breakdown. All your shades are going to be black to a color to a skin break. There's not a whole lot of like detail to it, I guess, or at least not super refined. They're very bold, simple color palettes, um, and they resemble a lot of the classic tattooing from your American era of tattooers. Again, I think that it's kind of like leaning into artists that I enjoy their work. I don't think that it's creating new techniques to set myself apart. I think it's um, combining little tidbits of things that I've picked up from other people that kind of naturally will make my tattoos look a little bit different than somebody else who's doing traditional work or whatever. But I would argue to say that I don't think it sets stuff apart, as it's just a combination of other people that I want to reflect. So I get a lot of creative blocks, just because of the nature of life and having a kid and um, you're just running a million miles a minute just in life in general, much less here at the shop where we have a pretty high flow of clients. So I think one of the big block breakers for me is my friends around me, particularly our Wednesday night paint sessions really help. It's me along with some other artists here, but then also other artists from various shops around the area, and it's a real good platform for people keeping you accountable for your work, and it's good critique times and things like that really help. Going to conventions and guest spots, I always come back really inspired to do more stuff. Um, but one of the biggest ones is honestly people wanting to get the flash work that I make. You know what I mean? If I draw something and then somebody's like real interested in getting it, it inspires me to make more in the hopes that more people will want to get it. They appreciate the work that I do, or at least just the design itself, whatever. Oh man, Steel and Ink, man. It's such a fun yet serious atmosphere. We're all very sarcastic and very banterly driven around here. I think it's what keeps us going throughout the day when we're just tired or like don't really want to be at work, because I mean realistically this is a job and like everyone kind of hates their job some days, so having coworkers and I would call them family at this point, that are willing to kind of help drive you through the day with jokes or even something as simple as like getting lunch. you know it just feels like when you leave your home, at least you're coming to another home, kind of thing. I think the clients here are real good. They typically work well with us. They obviously come back, so that's good. um it, it's definitely the place I didn't know I wanted to be, but I'm glad I'm here. Yeah, anybody looking to like get a tattoo from me, or just reach out even, or say hey, I don't care. Yeah, just my Instagram is my primary one. It's meltyface_art. um you're probably going to get me the best right there, or better yet, come into the shop and say hi.